First of all, I'm thankful that in this day of e-commerce and IT-enabled services, you've given an opportunity to an entrepreneur who's not in that space. And I think it's an important gesture because, as Dr. Saxena said, you will find opportunities in every field around. Don't restrict yourself to the latest in thing in terms of ideas. You need to find an idea that you believe in, and there'll be opportunities in every sphere of life. You know, I started entrepreneurship almost as an accidental entrepreneur. Actually happened was, I come from a family business background, and the only reason I did an MBA was because I didn't want to come back to the family business. And then I got into a corporate career, etc. Finally, I moved back to Bombay in 2002, and my family had sold off that business because I wasn't coming back. And then I used to always find reasons why Intel investments, it was too bureaucratic. They couldn't get ideas. They couldn't get emerging trends. And so I got the opportunity where when my father said, "Okay, fine. We have this money. Why don't you try and build businesses yourself?" So that's really when I started building out businesses by putting my own money and spending time in that. Currently, there are two businesses that I've been building. Bhukhanvala Industries is what I built personally. This year we are building out a company that makes high-performance ceramics for nuclear defense aerospace applications, and I'll kind of get into that. And then we started building out a power tool company, which is actually doing quite well. But this was an area where I realized that there were better people than me to become the CEO of this company. So I hired someone else who's now running the business. I've given him a lot of equity. This is again going back to the thing that you may be the right person to start an idea. You may actually not be the right person to scale it up. You have to be flexible. So it was a hard decision to get someone else to run a business that you built, but we did that, and actually that was the right decision. He's done a much better job at building this business than I have. So I'll talk to you briefly about Bhukhanvala Industries and the experience we've had there. This opportunity came about in about 2004 when, through some connection, we were approached by the Indian government. The Indian government was that time under nuclear sanctions and looking for a particular material product that was very, very important to the Indian nuclear program. And somehow, I got into this and I said, well, looks interesting. Let me figure out how I can build this out. So that's really the genesis of how we started getting into this. It was really difficult because there were only two companies in the US that made this product, no one else, and we worked really hard with the government scientists. I got retired scientists from Russia, Germany to help us build this business. It has been successful, and one of the things that we did while building this was we decided that we would try and build what was best in class, that we would not build something jugaad. The jugaad word gets used a lot, but I think we decided what we wanted to do was be state of the art and build what was the best material possible. Whether it was for India, whether India as a market could afford that was secondary. But that's what we decided to build out, something that was world class. That has really helped us because today the Indian market for nuclear defense, etc., has been much slower. But because we had a world-class product, today the US is our biggest market. We are actually selling into US defense projects. And that's not a small task. For the US to accept a defense product coming out of India took years of persistent marketing, years of proving yourself, and they were like, how does this thing come out of India? So the idea was that you can build a world-class product company out of India. Takes a lot of effort. Right. So it's not been easy. We struggle day to day. We have to keep proving ourselves. Now, in the current dispensation, actually, we see the Indian market finally opening up. I've had sessions with the Deputy Chief of Army, kind of explaining that it can't be that a company in India finds it easier to sell to the US Army than it finds it easier to sell to the Indian Army. So there are changes that are happening. But this was important, that if you do believe you can make world-class stuff out of India. So don't let anyone tell you that we need to be cost and cheap. I've never been a kind of cost player. We're expensive, but we're good. That's been our proposition when we've marketed ourselves in the US. So the idea really is it's doable. You need to have belief in yourself. So that's all I had in mind. These are my contact information. Harshal also has that. I'd be happy to help in any way I can.